Hello, wonderful people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Exactly midnight, 12 a.m. I am back with two back-to-back reviews. I'm going to do them separately though. Both of them gonna be like from the house of Gucci. Gucci is one house. It used to be a big, great house for fragrances. Back in the time, Tom Ford used to be the creative director. So during his time, Gucci released sort of like some awesome fragrances. Okay, people know the Gucci Purum 1, Gucci Purum 2. Those are like some discontinued fragrance, and I believe there are a few other Guccis out there. So they kind of lost their path kind of in the middle with the Gucci Guilty line and some mediocre releases. And people usually do not buy that many Guccis. They do not buy so many. If you see fragrance groups, no one really buys Gucci fragrances that much. But recently they released one of these fragrances, and this is good thanks to one of my good friends, Anis Zaman Bhai. Once again, I picked it up on his behalf from USB page, and it's a brand new release thanks to USB also for bringing it. So this is Gucci's latest release, Gucci Mémoire d'une Odeur. I don't know, this is very difficult for me to say, it's French, I guess. So we're going to be looking at this fragrance in the first episode. The second episode, we're going to be looking at the female perfume, Gucci Bloom. This is my best friend's bottle. So I'll be doing them back to back. Hopefully I can do justice. So how are you all doing? Great, I guess. Okay. So I think in many countries, winter is creeping in slowly, cool weather is hitting you, but in Bangladesh, our case is exactly not the same. We're still going through a lot of heat and humidity. Once in a while, nice cloudy, breezy days, but that's about it. Nothing really to boast about. So we're having some challenges wearing fragrances and all that. So let's see how this Gucci goes. So this fragrance, first of all, I could have done it earlier, but I want to see what this is all about because the first impression was not the greatest on me. I did not really like it. I'll be honest with you, this fragrance is not one of my favorite fragrances, and this fragrance is not going to be loved by many people. But this is definitely going to appeal to people who like kind of like old school kind of fragrances, like herbal, green, floral in some way, and some boozy, certain boozy ways. Okay, this notes breakdown Fragrantica didn't really give me what I smelled on it. So let me show you the presentation. I'll talk about it. The box is really pretty. It's green. It's very old school, kind of like Versace jeans series. If you see, like I still have the tin can somewhere. Let me show you. If you see, I'm using as a pen holder right about where there. Okay, that's the Versace blue jeans, and they have the jeans series. It reminds me of that. So kind of like stars all over, and then the green. So basically they're trying to say this is going to be green herbaceous kind of fragrance. So name of the brand, Gucci Memoir d'une Odeur. I sounded like complete retard because my pronunciation is going to be horrible. This is 100 ml EDP concentration. That's how the box looks. Nothing much going on. It's kind of reminds me also of Coty Aspen box. Gucci, and these are made in France, I believe. Gucci, where is this made of? I should have checked. Made in Germany, sorry, made in Germany. Okay, so yeah, bottom is like this. The bottle, it depends on you how you look at it. For me, it looks very like classic kind of a bottle. It almost reminds me of David of Coolwater sort of presentation. If you see at the side, see the glass, the way it is, this is built the same way. I like it. It's nice. It's green, eye-catching, kind of minty green. Kind of got this pattern, and then there's a little bit raised. It has the name sticker, Memoir Duon or Dior. Gucci up there with the golden cap. If you see it from far, it will look like a very cheap, kind of like a EDC body cologne mist, that kind of a bottle, but it has good glass quality. Bottom is like this. Juice, I believe, is not green. It's just the glass, but I do not know. Cap is golden. It doesn't click onto place, but you can pick it up. Okay, and bottom you're gonna find your batch code and stuff like that. So this 100 ml bottle, nice. I like the way it closes, and the thing is the sprayer is very good. I have the dry down here. Let me spray it and talk about it. Sprayer is like almost like Dior Sauvage, narrow sprayer, not as big as Dior Sauvage, but it's very smooth. So if you're decanting and stuff, this is a good fragrance nozzle. So um, this fragrance has notes like in Fragrantica, notes like I think bitter almond. I believe they have gardenia or chamomile, jasmine, musk, some other green notes. I do not remember all of them, but what I really get in like first spray, I get blast of alcohol, and it's not a boozy note. It's alcohol right up at your face like this. someone literally like you spray this unpleasant perfume that have alcohol blast opening, really kills the mood. You do not expect that from a designer house where you're paying a lot of money. So I was thinking this is like a boozy note. I was trying to tell myself it's a boozy note. I saw Chad's review. I think Chad did a review on it. He didn't like it, and he said it's dated. I can kind of see where it's coming from. And Chad is not a young gentleman like 20s. We are kind of like our. I am 38. He's like his 40s. So we are more like a elder gentleman. So he did not like it. So his review and Sebastian Zara's review, I think these two guys I saw their reviews on, and I think also I saw Steven's review. So they explain it the best ways possible. Really top-notch review. If you want to watch more in-depth review, more professional, you can check out their reviews. But after 5 to 10 seconds, that let's say 30 seconds, that alcohol is gone. I I'll tell you something funny. I get a boozy note from this. Someone said gin and tonic, and not in a very good way. It's like kind of dirty gin, and gin is kind of dry. But I get mostly like it's kind of funny. But if you're drinking whiskey with Coke, are you just taking whiskey with water, or just neat with ice, on the rocks? It gets somewhat like, and I could be wrong, it's just my imagination. Someone definitely will see, but most of people may not say it. But I get a boozy opening from this, and it's kind of like a um, very much not a sweet boozy kind like CH previous. There's no sweetness involved in this, so it's kind of bitter almond. They said yes, it's kind of bitter, alcoholic opening. I do not get the chamomile. The chamomile, it's okay. The chamomile tea, perhaps. I drink chamomile tea. I have a lot of tea in my collection, so perhaps that, not really tea, but that the chamomile smell that you get from the tea bags that you perhaps get, but after that alcohol blast with that kind of whiskey, sort of like a boozy gin and tonic slash whiskey opening with that kind of bitter almond, but it's not almond that I'm smelling. I'm just smelling the bitter part of it. Okay, so it's not the most how to say modern or playful, or the fragrance. You look at the bottle, maybe you expect like playful mint. If there was mint instead of those green, the boozy notes, this would be much better. But there's no mint there. It's just something herbaceous. It's like some green leaves you use for making medication. It's kind of herbal, medicinal, in that way. So it sort of gives out that old vibe. It's not old school. It's like old perfume vibe, like 90s. If you see the bottle design, it has that sort of like a talcum powder containers your grandmother or your aunties used to put their perfumes. You'll see this kind of bottles. Okay, so it definitely not the time to be released right now with the trend going on. But the flip side of this thing is they are trying to do something different. So respect to them. Gucci Guilty Oud, Gucci Guilty Absolute, Gucci Guilty, a few others. They're trying to do something different in the market. So definitely respect to for that. Many people who are tired of that typical same old releases, they're gonna find this nice. So I think this has the dry down. It reminds me of some women's perfume. I've been trying to remember for 2-3 days what perfume this reminds me of, and I cannot remember because I reviewed hundreds of perfumes that like women's perfume. I cannot remember which one this one exactly reminds me of. The dry down is pretty nice. It's kind of like floral. It has a jasmine sort of vibe comes off, and the green stays. It's fresh. It has kind of like that boozy, almost like a leathery quality. The perfume, it's nice, perhaps for the earlier cooler days, like spring or fall. This would be a good perfume to wear in the daytime. The age for this, if I am actually going to explain the age, if I really have to pick an age, if I do a blind sniffing, I think it will smell like a 35, 40 plus, that kind of crowd. Even if a man rocks it, women rock it, this is totally their choice. But if you say Fahrenheit was challenging, this is going to be more challenging to understand, accept, and rock, right? So I will be giving you my honest opinion. This is not my favorite perfume release, and this is not my type of exact. It's almost like Shipra, but not quite. It's herbaceous green kind of perfume, herbal green fresh perfume. Okay, so Gucci, well done to do a unique perfume release, but performance is very good on this. You're gonna get easily 6 hours plus in our country. So the fragrance will be appealing more towards women. I think they say women and men this release. So you can give it a try. You get a sample definitely, but I'm not really big fan of the opening alcoholic blast. And I do not really see that many occasions I can pull this fragrance off. You solely wear this for yourself. Even I'm wearing Cool Water right now, which is already dated. I'm wearing it here. Cool Water smells like much more modern than this, which was released years ago. So you can tell Cool Water if it smells more modern than this. It's just my strictly my opinion, by the way. I'm not saying this is dated. This perhaps is a new trend it's gonna be, but I'm not gonna be buying this or gonna be able to find an occasion to wear it. That's the only thing. And compliments, do not ask. I don't think you're gonna be wearing this for compliments. Okay, so yes, this is for people who like niche side of things, trying to you know go out there and try something more you know challenging, something more unique. You have to give some time to wear. This is the perhaps the kind of fragrance you need a lot of patience with it. Okay, so Gucci, Mémoire, Odeur. I'm just horrible. I'm just showing this fragrance. This fragrance is very, very challenging, and it's definitely you can try, but do not blind buy. That's my review on this. Thanks, Anis Bhai, for providing the bottle, and thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, you give it a try, get a sample, see if it works for you. Maybe it will work for you. And now, time for the second review. Bye bye.